Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations, brother. Hopefully, questions, word of truth and sincerity. All right, got a video queued up here. It's with Elon Musk going into this Neuralink. You know, they basically going into how they're supposed to start human trials this year in 2022. All right, so we getting even more closer to that Charagma. All right, so I'm gonna play this video, and then I also got another video too. All right, hold on a sec.
Head. Many people balk at the idea because they imagine they turn into zombies that can be controlled from the other side. How do you feel about a chip implanted inside your head? Many people balk at the idea because they imagine they turn into zombies that can be controlled from the other side of the world. However, billionaire inventor Elon Musk wants to change the world by inserting chips inside people's heads. One of his companies, Neuralink, has a brain chip that is about to hit the market. What does the latest Neuralink chip offer? How can it help you as a person? In this video, we bring you details of Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chip that is finally hitting the market. The human brain is a special and powerful organ. It is the command center for the human nervous system. It receives signals from the body's sensory organs and outputs information to the muscles. The human brain has the same basic structure as other mammal brains, but is larger in relation to body size. The human brain weighs about 3 pounds or 1.4 kilograms and makes up about 2% of a human's body weight. On average, male brains are about 10% larger than female brains. The cerebrum, the main part of the brain located in the front area of the skull, makes up 85% of the brain's weight. Your brain contains about 86 billion nerve cells or neurons, also called gray matter. The brain also has nearly the same number of non-neuronal cells, such as the oligodendrocytes that insulate neuronal axons with a myelin sheath. This gives axons, those thin strands through which electrical impulses are transmitted between neurons, a white appearance, and so these axons are called the brain's white matter. The largest part of your brain is the cerebrum, divided into 2 hemispheres. Each hemisphere contains 4 lobes: the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. The rippled surface of the cerebrum is called the cortex. Underneath the cerebrum lies the brainstem, and behind that sits the cerebellum. The frontal lobe is important for cognitive functions, such as thought and planning ahead and voluntary movement control. The temporal lobe generates memories and emotions.
This is Dave. He realized getting internet from one company and TV from multiple providers was costing him a lot.
Temporal lobe generates memories and emotions. The parietal lobe integrates input from different senses and is essential for spatial orientation and navigation. Visual processing takes place in the occipital lobe near the back of the skull. Did you know that the sperm whale's brain is 5 times heavier than yours, but you are far more intelligent? That is because overall brain size doesn't correlate with the level of intelligence of non-human animals. Also, among humans, brain size doesn't indicate a person's level of intelligence. Some geniuses in their field have smaller than average brains, while others have brains that are larger than average. For example, compare the brains of 2 highly acclaimed writers. The Russian novelist Ivan Turgenev's brain was found to weigh 71 ounces, or 2,021 grams, while the brain of French writer Anatole France weighed only 36 ounces, or 1,017 grams. However, even though the human brain is very powerful, it sometimes slows down and even makes the body lose some functions. Accidents or diseases can cause this vital organ to be no longer efficient. This is where Elon Musk, the billionaire genius, steps in. Among his companies is Neuralink, which aims to put a chip inside your head to boost your brain's capacity by recording brain activity and potentially stimulating it. Neuralink first became publicly known in 2017 when the Wall Street Journal reported its existence. The company's first major public outing didn't come until 2019 when Elon Musk and other members of the Neuralink executive team showed off their tech in a live-streamed presentation. The Neuralink chip is about the size of a coin and is embedded in a person's skull. An array of tiny wires, each roughly 20 times thinner than a human hair, fan out into the patient's brain from the chip. The wires are equipped with 1,024 electrodes that can monitor brain activity and, theoretically, electrically stimulate the brain. This data is
Now, if you notice, in order for them to come up with that information, they had to really, really do a search out to, to come up with that. All right, like they had to really do a lot of studying and a lot of research on that to come up with, to know all the different functionalities of the brain, where to actually put it at, to implant it in, and how, in the best place to put it for it to be fully functional. All right. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought, every one of them, and the heart is deep. All right. And that's what they do. They diligently seek out all matter. They diligently seek out all manner of wickedness, all manner of iniquities, how to catch people up, because you got to think about it. If they do anything and it's supposedly for your good, it is not. All right. Now they said theoretically it could work. So let's see something. We're gonna look up that word theoretically. This is the word theoretically.
Theoretical.
Or theoretical, Salakia.
Theoretical.
It says, of, relating to, or based on theory, restricted theory, not practical or applied. Okay, so theoretically, to be theoretical about something, you test it. Well, Salaki, you haven't tested something. It's just something that you thought up in your head. Here it is. And so we get theory. An ideal or explanation which has not yet been proven to be correct. Okay, so they're saying theoretically speaking, their theory, this brain chip could work. Okay, this brain Charagma, this brain CHIP. All right. Let's continue some more in this video. What's gonna happen is when Elon Musk comes in, or not even just him, when it becomes more mainstream, they're going to go again with giving you a reason for why it's needed. Like you said, they're starting out with quadriplegic. We're basically restoring those particular nerves to the limbs so that they can move those prosthetic limbs even better. They can have touch. They can have feel. Okay, they can allow them to walk again. They can allow them to see again. They can allow them to feel again. They can allow them to hear again. It's all kind of different things they're going to come up with. All right, but I'm gonna continue on.
is transmitted wirelessly via the chip to computers where researchers can study it. Neuralink is a working technology that the company has demonstrated. In 2020, Neuralink showed off one of its chips embedded in a pig named Gertrude. The demonstration was proof of concept and showed how the chip was able to accurately predict the positioning of Gertrude's limbs when she was walking on a treadmill, as well as recording neural activity when the pig snuffled about for food. Musk said the pig had been living with the chip embedded in her skull for 2 months. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the pig before, during, or after the experiment. Neuralink went a step further with its animal demos in April 2021, when it showed off a monkey playing video games with its mind. Neuralink released a video of a macaque monkey named Pager playing video games such as Pong for banana smoothie rewards. Of course, monkeys don't do anything they won't be rewarded for. Pager played the games using a joystick disconnected from the game's console, meaning he was controlling the cursor using his brain signals as his arm moved. How will Neuralink implant the chip inside the skull? It's a very difficult task, but the company has built a robot that can do it.
Now, I'm gonna say this, that they were testing it on animals, but remember, they want you. Okay, they want to put this CHIP in you. Okay, they're tired of dealing with animals. They want you. That's the ultimate goal. All right.
Would work by using a stiff needle to punch the flexible wires emanating from a Neuralink chip into a person's brain, a bit like a sewing machine. Neuralink released a video showcasing the robot in January 2021. Musk said the machine makes implanting Neuralink's electrodes as easy as LASIK eye surgery. It automatically adjusts the needle to compensate for the movement of a patient's brain as the brain moves during surgery, along with the person's breathing and heartbeat. The robot is 8 feet tall, and while Neuralink is developing its underlying technology, its design was crafted by Woke Studios. After the successful demos using animals, the next step is human trials. This is a huge step because of the complexities involved. A company that wants to carry out human experiments like this has a very high bar to reach before getting all the required.
Louisiana homeowners, pay close attention. If your home was damaged during
Has a very high bar to reach before getting all the required permits. However, Musk has assured that Neuralink has even set its own target higher than what regulatory bodies are asking for. So when will human trials start? Musk has revealed this, but before we go into it, what uses will Neuralink be for in humans? In the near term, a chip in someone's brain could help treat neurological disorders like Parkinson's. Improved neural interface technology like Neuralinks could help better study and treat severe neurological conditions such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. The electrodes in a patient's brain will reproduce the sensation of touch, allowing the patient to exert finer motor control over a prosthetic limb. As part of its announcement, the company said its chip's first commercial application would help quadriplegic people. Quadriplegia is partial or full paralysis in all 4 limbs. You need your hands to use a phone or laptop, but Neuralink will help people who can't control their limbs use their minds to operate such gadgets, including playing games, sending emails, and even making calls. Neuralink will also
There'll be no more need to really put your hands on things. You can just think it. You can send a text via your mind. Send a call or create a call or whatever. Call someone via your mind. Okay, all you got to do is just think it. Okay, this is the wonders, the technology that they're coming with. Okay, this ain't sci-fi. This is real.
especially in older patients or people that have suffered from a stroke. During an interview with TED's Chris Anderson, Elon Musk said Neuralink could address health conditions like morbid obesity. Musk did not elaborate, but University of Cambridge professor of metabolism and medicine, Sadaf Farooqi, has noted that a particular region of the brain, the hypothalamus, is typically the one that drives an increase in appetite. If Neuralink can target specific brain areas, then addressing issues like morbid obesity would be feasible. Of course, there are doubters, but this is no different from Musk's other ideas, such as landing an orbital rocket's first stage on a drone in the middle of the ocean. The concept was ridiculed, but is no longer looking as far-fetched as it seems. The idea is even less invasive than other treatments for morbid obesity. Some procedures designed to solve morbid obesity today involve changing the shape and function of a patient's digestive tract. Meanwhile, people are queuing up, desperate to partake in Neuralink's human trials. Musk revealed the waiting line is getting longer as his company receives heartbreaking emails from people cut at the prime of their life. He said, "The emails that we get at Neuralink are heartbreaking. I mean, they'll send us just tragic stories. You know, where someone was sort of in the prime of life and they had an accident on a motorcycle, and someone who's 25 can't even feed themselves. This is something we would fix." He also revealed that Neuralink could cure tinnitus. Neuralink contains semi-generalized neural read-write devices with about 1,000 electrodes, and tinnitus probably needs less than 1,000. However, future versions of Neuralink will have more electrodes. Meanwhile, Neuralink is pushing forward with its human trial, which starts in 2022. The company posted a job opening for a clinical trial director. a position helping the company move towards its stated goal of testing its brain implant in actual people. The successful candidate would be working with Neuralink's first clinical trial participants. Would you get a Neuralink chip? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section below.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is not science fiction.
Let me ask you to put your product development hat on.
It's not science fiction. This is literal. All right. I got one more video I want to show too. Okay. This is there's a blind school and they came up with what's called a 3D printed yearbook. Okay. And I'm just bringing this out because it made me think about Neuralink. Because Neuralink, hey, you wouldn't have to do this. It'll give you, you know, they'll go off their signs and their great wonders and give sight back to the blind. But check this out.
Imagine saying goodbye to someone after spending years with them, but never seeing their face. Victoria de Cardenas shows us some of the touching gifts that students receive to remember their friends' faces with their fingertips.
Inside this school, learning takes place at a different pace than you'll find in most schools, and in a different way.
Do you live here on campus?
Oh, yes, yeah.
In some cases, relationships are stronger.
Chris Hernandez.
And students lean on each other and educators more than most. This is 22-year-old Michael Munn's last year with the school and his friends he's become so close with.
It's more inclusive, and I can hang out with people who are more like, you know, actually who is more like me. Like, you know, since I have a vision impairment,
Right.
you know, like, the people who surround me also have a vision impairment.
Until recently, his memories were only kept in his mind. Photos and videos have no place in his world. Thursday afternoon, that changed.
Michael Munn.
Yes, yes, right here. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, please.
Okay, you got it right there.
Oh,
there's
there's
the
a-
clamp,
Yes.
and we're gonna open it this way.
Oh, this way.
Opens this way.
Oh, very nice.
In each one of these boxes is a reminder of the relationships that meant the most to Michael and his fellow students.
Oh, yeah, that's him right here.
It's a yearbook of sorts, unlike anything Munn has ever felt.
Lots of hair. I can tell because there's there's some actually hanging down from in front, like I am doing right now.
The 3D printed yearbook is made by Mercer students and delivered to the academy each year. Technology and the kindness of strangers, giving those without sight a way to keep in touch with their friends in a different way.
Right. That was just a quick little video on showing that 3D printed yearbook. I mean, it's actually pretty cool, you know, something different, you know, unique. But hey, you can see the they get that Neuralink. Hey, you can restore that sight. All right. So let me grab this here. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. All right. This is when that the Roman Empire fell, and then they came back as America Babylon the Great, and all the world wandered after the beast. Meaning, if you look up that word "wandered," it goes into marveled. All right. It says to wonder, wonder at, to marvel, to be had in admiration, and these people here literally admire the Babylon the Great, the so-called freedoms here, the lifestyles, the technology, just the way of life, just the freedom to be wicked here. Okay, the world literally wonders or marvels after that, and they're gonna bring down many great wonders. All right, this Revelation 13:13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And that was the atom bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Fat Man and Little Boy. Okay. But if you notice, it says he doeth great wonders. And if they coming with this Charagma, that's gonna be a great wonder. If you can restore sight to the blind, allow a quadriplegic to move his limbs once again, allow those who have a prosthetic leg to have better control over it by giving them touch through the prosthetic leg. You know what I'm saying? Possibly open doors with their mind. Send text messages, send messages. Make calls. Literally just with your mind. These are great wonders that they're gonna come with. All right, we're right here. All right, but this has just been just a quick little live on this Neuralink. Okay, so call all you how about Shem outside by Shem Dash. I'll be edified. And say shalom.